my introduction is captured. So hello and welcome everybody who is here to our Lunch and Learn seminar. I am Catherine O'Brien. I'm the Further Education and Training Coordinator in Trinity Access Programmes. And we are just trying something new. We're going to be talking to a student weekly timetable in a particular subject. And just to be really, really practical and give the one thing that I'm not able to give, which is insight into actual student life and the student voice. So I think just doing something that gives people some insight into student life in a really practical way will be interesting to people. And I am really super delighted to have Debora Latorre on screen, which Deborah is very brave. You're the pioneer, Deborah, because you're the first one now in this whole series. And I'm also using, for the educators out there, I'm using new software. I'm using the Teams webinar tool, so which I've never used before, but hopefully it's going okay so far. So, Deborah, thank you so much for doing this. Do you want to just introduce yourself and say what year you're in, and just very briefly talk about yourself. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. I'm Deborah. I'm a second-year psychology student, and this year we are studying. I think it's the same amount of subjects as we were studying last year. So I hope you don't get tired by the end of the meeting. But I'll try to explain you a little bit of my busy routine here in Trinity.
Thanks, Deborah. That is super duper. Okay, so you know what? Let's kick off. Let's get to it. Why don't you bring, oh no, I do it here. I'm going to take us off the screen and we're going to look at a page that you're controlling, and you're going to talk us through your timetable. So here we go. And right, so your calendar is up here. And this, I see that you have a Monday. You have this Monday. Okay, so tell us about Monday. How do you start your Mondays?
Yeah, so as you can see, my first lecture is at 11 a.m. So I usually come to college around 9 to keep the 9 to 6 routine. So I go to the library and do some activities. And that's what I usually do when I have gaps between my lectures as well.
Right. Which library in college do you go to?
I go mostly to the Even Boland library, because it's the psychology, where the psychology books are, but I also use a lot the Usher's library that has a nice and quiet place to study.
Right.
Especially on the 4th floor. It's really nice.
Very good.
There.
Very good.
Yeah. So then my first lecture is statistics, and it's a small lecture. It's only for psychology students and also the conversion course. So we have around 60 students in class. It's located in the East End, so it's a very back of the campus. It's a compulsory lecture. We have to do it, and it's one of the most important for psychology students, since it teaches us how to interpret the papers and how to run experiments. So it's really useful. But also for those who are not really good at maths like me, it's sometimes a bit stressing, you know.
Right.
But yeah, you have to learn it somehow.
You have to do it. No way around it.
Yeah, no. So then I have this is an open module. It's the religion, gender, and human rights. The open modules are subjects that are complementary to our core subject. So this, just let me go to my notes. Yeah, so this is a very interesting subject. I chose to learn more about how human rights can intersect with religion, especially talking about women and gender in general. It is really interesting. We have two lectures a week, every week. So this is first
the open
on Monday. Sorry?
Oh, 2 lectures of this, of religion, gender, and human rights. You have that twice a week. I see.
Yeah, twice a week, exactly. Yeah, I will come to the second one in a bit, and I'll explain a bit more of how it works. So usually the first lecture is just the teacher explaining the concepts, the theories, and then in the second we have a discussion around the subject. So we have the required readings, and then we have the discussion about the readings. So that's how it works.
Very good.
So this is not yet. So then I have the free until Thursday. So then I go to the library, do some more activities. So if I have assignments, readings to do. Yeah. Then on Tuesdays is the busiest day.
Right.
It starts at 10 with inequality in the 21st century, which is an elective. Electives are modules that are not related to our core subject or out of the core subject, but it is interesting to go in to have a broader view of our environment. I chose this because I'm really interested in how we can overcome inequality in the society we live in today.
Yeah.
I didn't say about the place where the first one was. The first one, the religion one, was in the Loyola Institute.
Oh, right.
This one is in the arts block, and Thomas Davis is the last theater in the arts block.
And do you share that? Do you share that module with other disciplines? Is it a big class?
Yeah. This one is a huge class. We have around 160 students in the theater. Yeah.
Right.
The religion one is the same around. No, it's smaller. Yes, it's 70 students, so it's quite small for Trinity. So that on Tuesday I have, if you see, I have a gap between the lectures. I have a gap from 11 to 12, then from 1 to 2. I usually sometimes have lunch. In the buttery or in the dining hall. It's really nice to have lunch there.
Nice to be in the dining hall.
Atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like Harry Potter.
Exactly. Exactly. So my first lecture then is the thinking. It is a psychology subject. It is a very big lecture because we also share the lecture with other. So it is an open module for other students. So it's around 160 students in this module.
Wow.
But for us psychology students, it is compulsory.
Right.
And it's directly related to psychology.
It sounds almost abstract, thinking.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It is now we are learning all that we have started from 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. And we have looked at the theories around thinking, how humans tend to reason, if we use emotions, or if we go with the logic. That's what we are learning now, but it's really interesting. I love it.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
So then again, I have a psychology related module that is the stats, but this is the lab where we go to the computer lab to have coding lessons.
Right.
If you want to learn psychology, you have to code.
Really? I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah,
you do your
you would
own
have
coding.
to learn. You have to learn Python to run the statistics. It's easier than running them on an Excel sheet or I don't know something more complex. It's supposed to be easier. I found it hard because I never coded before. But yeah, you learn. You have to.
Sure, I'd say a lot of people haven't coded before.
Yeah. Yeah, the younger students seem to have a better knowledge about it. I'm a mature student, so I struggle a bit. But yeah, if you just spend a bit more time on what you struggle, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And we have like 2 hours short exam, no, 2 hours classes with the for Python, and it's in the hours and fear, if I'm not saying.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and it's a small group class. It's around 30 people in the lab.
Right.
So then I have another hour gap, and my last lecture for the day is developmental psychology, which is also in the Thomas Davis Theater. It's a big size because we also share this lecture with other students. It could be an open module for other students. And developmental psychology, it's really interesting to learn about developmental psychology because you can relate with like real life examples. We learn about how we are only focused between prenatal and adolescence. So between this, we are not going to older people, but it is really interesting as well.
That does sound interesting.
Yeah. So then I have it done for Tuesday. Well,
so that's quite a late day. I see you don't end there until.
Yeah.
What time are you ending? Like 7 o'clock?
From 10 to 6, yeah.
10 to 6, yeah. 6,
yeah.
so that's a long day.
Yeah. So then I have today, Wednesday, we have the thinking that is quite same. The thinking lectures are always lectures. We have lectures on Tuesday and Wednesday, so it's quite same. Then I have an hour gap, gender, religion, and human rights. This one is the one I told about the discussion.
Yeah.
The teachers gives us the readings and we discuss it. Then I have, after this, the developmental psychology again. That is also another lecture. This one is in Sing Theater.
Yeah.
And then I have the rest of the day. I go to the library until around 6 or 5.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. When with the gender module, that one there, is that a tutorial or is that a lecture?
It's not a tutorial. It's a lecture that we discuss the required readings.
Right. And might you be called on in the lecture?
No, we form groups inside the lectures. We form groups and we discuss like the questions that the teacher gives us, and then she asks the group what we taught about the question or what we came up with.
Oh, very interesting.
So Tuesday, this is an open module.
Tuesday, yes.
Fundamentals of behavior.
Yes.
Yeah, you see how it relates with psychology, even though it's a lot of biology in it. It's one of my favorite subjects. Yeah,
really,
it's one of my favorite subjects. We are now having a practical that we have to go to the zoo and then we answer some questions about the animals, their behaviors, their colors and shapes, and how it's analyzed. Send signals to the other animals or to predators. This kind of is really interesting.
That is super. And have you been to the zoo for this?
Yeah.
So
yes, I have.
Did you focus in on a particular animal?
Well, we had the questions with us, so we were looking for let's say the shapes of the animals, the colors. So let's say for a lion, that is one of the questions about. We had to say what is the difference between males and females, and why do we think there are these differences? So could be for camouflage or for attracting the partner.
Yeah. Oh, so interesting.
Yeah, and then this is the lightest day. We have the whole day. Then I'm not going to say free because you're not really free.
Never really.
Yeah, free. You have to do the readings and the assignments and everything.
Yeah.
This is my only lecture. Last semester we used to have the Fridays off. which was handy, but this semester we had lectures every week. So Friday we start at 9, and this, we start at 9 with inequality in the 21st century, but this is not a lecture, this is a seminar where we go through the readings and what we learned in the previous lecture, and discuss the subject.
Right. So it's a chance to discuss it in more, just in a smaller environment.
Exactly, yeah. So we have in this around 30 students.
Right.
In the classroom, yeah. Then I have a gap. And then the last lecture of the week, fundamentals of behavior. Again, it's a lecture, and it's a lot of biology.
Yes.
The last 2 Fridays, we had a different teacher that was focusing on ecological behavior. So how we humans interact with the animals, and how we affect their behavior.
Right.
And how they also change their behavior because of how so let's say the climate change is affecting the environment.
Yeah.
So,
that's so interesting.
Yeah. So that's it for the week.
And that's it for the week. That's so.
Yeah.
How many? So you've lectures at least one every single day.
Exactly.
Thursday is your lightest day.
Exactly.
Do you go to any extracurriculars while you're on campus, or are you focused mostly in the library?
Yeah, I'm most focused in the library because I find it easier to study here because I have all the books and the internet. It's quiet, and it's just easier to study from the library. And last years I joined some societies, but most of the events were after 6, which wasn't very helpful for me because I'm also a mother, so I would have to go home and cook and clean. So
yes,
but if you are available, it would be really nice to go to this events. There's loads of stuff going on around campus all the time.
Yeah. But you have to get home and take care of your little one. Has there ever been any problems in terms of accessing any of your classes because you have parental responsibility?
I wouldn't say problems. I'd say once I had to bring her to a lecture, so I asked that.
I'm sure she enjoyed it.
I actually brought her twice. I'm trying to remember now. I brought her twice. One was in the lab.
Wow.
But I asked the teachers. They were super nice and understanding.
That's great.
Yeah, one was about neuroscience, and she wasn't understand a lot.
She wasn't quite ready for that.
No. Yeah, but I'd say that's part of the
Well, that was
busy
nice that,
routine.
it's nice that they were accommodating, and, I'm sure, I know from my own experience, mature students are very well organized, especially student parents, very well organized. So I'm sure you make the most of every single minute in your day. I always ask students this as the last question. So if knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your junior fresh self?
Go easy on yourself.
Okay.
I know it's a lot of pressure when you are in the environment, and I guess it's all in our heads. I think everybody else is doing better than us.
Yeah.
So we tend to be harsh. No, I have to do more. I have to do better. And then you can burn yourself out if you don't take care of yourself, don't see your friends. It happens, you are just trying to do your best, and then you end up not seeing your friends for months, or not taking care of your mental health, your family, exercising, and it is very important to take care of those things, as important as studying. So I would like
that's great advice.
First year, so
to mind the whole self. The whole self. It's not just the study, it's the whole picture. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that is really super, super advice. I'm going to put you full screen now. Deborah, I want to thank you so much for being a pioneer, pioneer lunch and learner. I hope that the students watching have really got great insight into the subjects and what it's like to actually be a student and manage this timetable and this workload, and be really inspired by the super interesting choices that you've made with your modules. So that's everything. I don't see any questions. I hope I have been able to. I'm not sure I put the permissions on the questions correctly because I've never used this tool before. But if anyone has any questions or if anything has come up for anyone, you can email me, Catherine O'Brien in Trinity, and I'll pass them on to Deborah, or I'll answer them for myself. And beyond that, it just remains for me to say thank you very, very much. And I'm going to end the recording now. And thank you, Deborah. I will see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you.
And thanks so much to everyone for joining. Bye. Right. Now we have to get out of here. There we go. Bye, Deborah.
Bye.